Have you stalled or fell over? Well, I want to show you a few tricks that I've learned over the years to help start your dirt bike more easily, whether it's carbureted or fuel injected. So when you stall the bike, it's still going to be in gear. And even though you can start a dirt bike in gear, there's a couple things that you need to know. Most dirt bikes these days, they have a clutch safety switch, so it won't even be able to turn on unless you have the clutch pulled in. And this is because the bike will try to move forward if it's still in gear and you try to start it. So if you're trying to start it in gear, you need to pull the clutch in, then start it, and then you can either put it in neutral or start going again. But when you do start it in gear, it's a little bit harder to start it, whether it's kickstart or electric start, because there's still friction in the clutch, and this will drag the engine down, making it harder to turn it over. So when the gears are engaged, and even if you have the clutch lever pulled in, this separates the plates, but there's still a little bit of drag on them, some friction that slows it down and makes it harder to start. So to make this easier, you just simply find neutral. So if it's in first gear, then you just do that half a click up, and if your bike can roll forward at least a foot or backwards, then you know you're in neutral. And if you're in gear, then the rear wheel is going to lock up within a few inches. But if you fall over, if your bike tips over, sometimes this can flood the carburetor or fuel system, or even the engine. So too much fuel is getting in, and this makes the air to fuel mixture too rich for the bike to start. So you can kick it, blah, 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 and it's not going to start. And this is more likely to happen if you have a dirt bike with a carburetor. And the first trick that I like to do is I hold the throttle wide open and then kick start it, or use the e-start, and this will help suck more air in, push the fuel out of the engine, and make it more easy to start. But once you start it, it'll rev up really high, and then you just let off the throttle right away. So you can try that a couple times, but beware. If you don't have dirt bike boots on, the kickstart lever can kick back so that you don't put a hole in your shoe or your foot. And if that's not enough, sometimes you just need to turn the gas off. So the Petcock that's normally down here on a carbureted dirt bike, you turn that off. You can even lay the bike all the way over after that on the ground, and this will help drain the fuel out of the carb. And then you can also let it sit for a few minutes, let the fuel evaporate out of the carb and the engine, and then after a few minutes you can try starting it again. And if you're sick and tired of stalling it and falling over because it's exhausting and you're sick of restarting your bike, you check out this video on how to stop stalling. I'm Kelly Fagan from Motocross Hideout.